Yeah. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Hello, everyone. We are live. I am joined, as always, by the audience and nobody else.
Fuck you, Dean.
Oh, fuck you, Vicky.
Hello, everybody.
Vicky, I think they've had enough of you already. Come on.
Probably.
Just walk away. Just walk away, Vicky. Jesus Christ. We have, oh fuck, Lunga's in the chat. We have Lunga in the chat. Not going to highlight
Lunga.
his comments, though. We got Puma Fist. Puma Fist says, Puma Fist tuning in. Oh, great. We
Hey,
have Vicky
Puma
in the chat.
Yep, I am all over that.
Oh,
chat.
shit, you're on the stream.
I know. I'm
Fucking
everywhere.
sucks. We have Amit. He says, Dark Grift book is still late, and he is a snake. Testify was right about him. You know, a broken clock with broken teeth. We got Dabster. He says, yo. Good to
Hey,
see you, man.
Dabster.
Johnny Midnight says, Dean is late again. I am.
Actually, I think he said again.
He
Didn't
did say again, but, you know.
All right, thank God.
Vicky's talking more. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Let's not trigger me.
Trigger him. Trigger the fuck out of him.
Don't be getting me into my old Coke habits. Dean is so late. Andy may have gotten him pregnant. But he forced me to get an abortion. He killed our Jesus. Just joking.
Up there with
Dabster.
little Andy.
Yeah, poor little Andy Jr. Pumafist says, oh, let's get this show on the road for crying out loud, Vicky and Dean. You ain't Simon and Garfunkel or Coldplay. Start your show on time. And yet, you'll still show up. Maybe.
What
I
can
don't know.
say? Maybe.
Uh,
Probably not.
I said I wouldn't do it, but here's Lunga. Oh, here we go. All right. Shadow, lovely Shadow, says, eyes emoji. It's good to see you, Shadow. Colonel Morg says, yes, time for another round of sales tax debates. Please, that would be so awesome. If Lunga and Johnny could argue more about something completely off topic, the whole stream in the chat. Please.
I think it'd be fabulous.
Dean loves me. Well, that's it for this show. Oh, rough crowd. Broken teeth. It's hands, you dummy. Dean, you owe me a line. I'm not giving you shit. That's my Coke. But we have a show. We're going to be talking about Andy Signore. Some of you may know him. Others probably don't. But he was quote unquote Me Too'd. Well, I guess let's give some history. He was on the popular YouTube channel, especially popular back then when he was on it, Screen Junkies.
Actually, it was he's the one that started it, I think, didn't he?
I don't think he was one of the starting people that I think, started it, but I don't think it was just him. Andy Pignor, says Lunga. Yeah, Andy fucking piece of shit. Signore. Yeah. So he was quote unquote Me Too'd off of Screen Junkies.
Back in 2017.
Then he, eventually started his own channel. He claims to have started it. He didn't. Yeah, I didn't think he did. Saggy and Nerdette are Me Tooing him. I broke the story. I don't think they are. I think, gotta say, the evidence against Andy is...
Yeah, you haven't broken much of anything, Puma. Sorry.
Yeah, I know that they're hard to listen to. Actually, I like Nerdette. I like Saggy too, I guess. I guess. Yes. No, I'm just joking. I love Saggy. But they can be a little hard to listen to, sure. But I don't think they're wrong.
No.
And I think we're going to go over it.
Yeah, back in 2017, there were actually 3 women that went together to the HR department to report him. One of them, apparently, her boyfriend also worked there, and he threatened to have him fired. So I mean, it's not like it was just one chick and there was this big, huge rush to get rid of Andy. It was like after almost 3 months from the time they initially reported him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it in my comment section that Andy Signore did nothing illegal.
Oh, here we have that. We're having that argument again, Dean. The same one you've been having in our comments for a week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not about illegal. Someone's actions can be immoral and unethical,
and in violation of like workplace laws without actually being illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Shadow 511 says that we're 8 back in 2017.
Yeah, it was like a really large number.
Yeah, I mean it was originally 3, but the number grew.
Yeah. 3 were like there was 3 that like popped up like right at the start, and then it did grow but very fast after. It was like 8. Yeah.
There are certain rules. There is a story, Puma Fist, because there are certain rules you have to abide by in a workplace, right? There are sexual harassment laws. That is what enables people to complain to the employment equal
HR
opportunity office. Yeah, you can actually report companies that don't get rid of people to the government, and they'll be fined. That doesn't mean it's a crime. You don't have to break a law to be an immoral piece of shit.
Yeah. And if you don't think there's a story here, that's fine. I would suggest just tuning out then. But to anybody else, we have a show for you tonight. And let's just kind of jump into things, guys. I do like the spinning coin.
I can't see the spinning coin.
I know. It's kind of frozen on your end. So this was a meme I made. It's Indecent, Signore Among Us. Just wanted to share that with you guys.
Dean likes having his Twitter back.
I do. But let's just kind of go over these texts. So there was after everything, should we read the article first or should we go over the text?
Whichever way you want to do it.
Yeah.
You're the one in control of the OBS, Dean.
Yeah. So, let's see here. We're gonna go over the article first because it kind of gives
The NBC News article?
Yeah. So let's see. Sorry, guys. There it is. He was canceled during the Me Too movement. Now he's using YouTube to attack celebrity accusers. Pushback against the Me Too movement and the shifting economics on YouTube have elevated Andy Signore and other online creators to new heights. There's the once again. Okay, so this is like an ongoing thing. And Andy Signore is also guilty of it. What is up with these fat fucking... Sorry, Lunga. Not you. Totally not you either, Lunga. But what's up with these fat people always on webcams? Definitely not including Lunga in that. Nobody think that Lunga would be included in that.
No, Lunga's not included in that.
Lunga is definitely included. No, I'm joking.
He's not.
I
Actually,
know, I'm just being a dick. I'm just being a dick.
He's just, compact.
Yeah. No, I'm just being a dick. But Andy Signore is also one of these fat losers that like insists on being on webcam, despite the fact that he has no business owning a camera. And that just, I don't know what's up with YouTube, but that is. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We should be back. OBS died on me. So anyways, let's once again, sorry about that, guys. But let's go ahead and just read this article. Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. I'm glad you agree, Vicky. Andy took them down. Yeah, go ahead. Read it.
For Andy Signore, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard defamation trial was a gold mine. He wasn't the only one. Starting in April and spanning just a few months, Signore, 43, more than doubled the following of his YouTube channel, where he comments on news and pop culture. He's made more than 300 videos about the trial and its participants, bringing in millions of views and thousands of dollars in contributions from fans. Jesus, 300. That's almost as much as Tog. It's a particularly impressive run, considering that not long ago, the YouTube-focused company Signore founded, Screen Junkies, said it had fired him, citing a variety of sexual misconduct allegations. Signore has denied the allegations. Of course he did. But the reputational hit also set the stage for his comeback. Yeah, I'm going to skip this part because I'm just going to editorialize this. I do find it quite fascinating that suddenly he became okay because he used the backdrop of his own Me Too to battle for Johnny Depp. And it just showed, he made himself into this big, huge victim, just like Johnny Depp was a victim of Amber Heard. And they all jumped on it, right? Like most of the pro-Depp channels, at least the ones that are run by men. So, he capitalized on the allegations against him, emerging as one of many popular creators on YouTube, making news-focused content filtered through a culture war lens. It has become a lucrative endeavor, thanks to a shift in how creators make money on YouTube, where donations now flow from an audience skeptical of the hashtag #MeToo movement. And then, I'll tell you how big his channel is with 675,000 subscribers. And he has cultivated a fan base that includes people who identify as survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence who don't believe Heard's allegations against Depp. Some of them have donated to Signore, noting their histories of having been abused in comments. And here we get to quote Ray. He makes money off victims and says he is one, says Ray, who has appeared in
No. You're not reading that right.
What? I'm not reading it. I'm not going to yell it, Dean. Sorry. How would you read it then, Dean?
No. That's fine. It's fine. You did it fine.
Okay, thank you. In live streams on YouTube with Signore, and who asked that her last name be withheld to protect her privacy. People blindly believe him. On November 13, Ray host. What?
Hans is in the chat.
Who is?
Hans,
Hi, Hans.
my favorite
On November
person.
13, Ray hosted a live stream on her channel that included a new accusation that Signore sent an unsolicited nude video of himself masturbating to a woman in November of 2021. Well, she had the video. In response to a series of emailed questions, Signore said NBC News was sensationalizing a private relationship between consenting adults. He didn't provide specific responses to other questions about his YouTube operations. His evolution reflects an ongoing pushback against the Me Too movement, as well as the shifting economics on YouTube, which combined with the attention around the Depp Heard trial to elevate Signore and other creators to new heights. A Pew Research Center study last year found that people ages 18 to 49 were far more likely to say they regularly consume news through social media than people ages 50 and up, with YouTube, Twitter, Insta, Snapchat, and TikTok all among the most popular platforms. Actually, I myself find that quite troubling. On these platforms, a new crop of social media commenters like Signore has emerged, often putting particular spins or slants on the topics they choose to cover. And those topics often tend to skew towards culture war issues, particularly when they feature major celebrities, while echoing a growing distrust of mainstream media. There's this kind of weird inversion that's been happening where individual people seem more trustworthy than the system, said Emily Dreyfus, a senior editor and fellow on the Technology and Social Change Project at Harvard University's Shorenstein Center. The Depp Heard trial proved a pivotal point for those creators. Alongside Signore, many others, including creators with legal backgrounds, Iricata, who provided legal commentary, got levels of attention they hadn't seen before on their YouTube channels. Matt Jarbo, a full-time YouTube creator, said the origins of Signore's and similar creators' new style of content traces to around 2017 and the so-called YouTube adpocalypse. In response to advertisers' concerns about ads appearing on racist and anti-Semitic videos, YouTube gave advertisers more tools to limit which creators could make money from their ads, including allowing advertisers to opt out of ads on content that about, quote, tragedy and conflict or, quote, sensitive social issues. The restructuring of YouTube's advertiser tools reined in revenue for many small creators, including those whose content wasn't racist or anti Semitic in the first place. Around the same time, YouTube introduced Super Chats, a tipping option within the platform's chat rooms. We all know about Super Chats. That made everybody go, how can I become more hyperbolic when I stream? How can I make more money that way? Jarbo said. It's been a nightmare ever since. Jarbo said he and other creators pivoted to reactionary content that fell into a, quote, anti-SJW or anti-social justice warrior category. Jarbo said he has reflected on and now regrets some of the content he created. The same year, Screen Junkies, the viral YouTube media company Signore created, said that it had fired him, citing egregious and intolerable behavior after multiple people came forward on social media claiming that he had made unwanted romantic and sexual advances towards them. Some people accused him of messaging them as fans, then asking them for sexy photos or to meet up in person. It's your turn to read now, Dean.
Okay. A person who accused Signore of sexual harassment said they were working unpaid for Signore when he told them he had masturbated to their photos and asked whether he could masturbate to them in person. So,
Kind of gross.
I mean, why would you masturbate to the photos if you're going to be in person? That's just seems.
Well, he also told her
Seems
she
very
could read a
weird.
book while he did it.
What?
He told her she could read a book while he masturbated to her in person.
Yeah, that's just very weird. This guy's very weird.
It's very weird.
The accuser identifies as gender non binary and uses they and them pronouns. A woman who accused him of sexual misconduct said he tried to force her to use sex toys with him during sex, took photos of her without her consent, and offered her a position at Screen Junkies in exchange for sexual favors. After he was fired, Signore acknowledged that he had flirted with fans and cheated on his ex-wife, but he denied other allegations, including the allegation of sexual harassment and the allegation of sexual misconduct. It was at the time a precipitous fall for a person who had found success during an early and lucrative era of YouTube. In 2007, Signore accepted a Golden Popcorn statue for Best Movie Spoof on Stage at the MTV Movie Awards. In 2016, he worked with Ryan Reynolds on a Deadpool parody for Honest Trailers, the flagship series of Screen Junkies. Weeks before the company said he was fired, CNBC reported that Signore had brought in millions of dollars by lovingly poking fun at Hollywood.
What a big old fat fuck.
Yeah, really, really gross. Get away from the camera. Jarbo said he and Signore met around late 2018 through a mutual friend in an informal community of creators who have all faced backlash. Jarbo, who said some of his own controversies stem from his involvement in Gamergate, a historic harassment campaign against women online, said Signore, started meeting other canceled people as he rebuilt his YouTube career. He was doing a rebound press tour saying, "I didn't assault this woman, here's the proof of that," Jarbo said. The evidence Signore presented in a YouTube video was a series of previously unpublished communications he alleged were between him and his sexual misconduct accuser that implied a consensual sexual relationship had taken place. The woman who had accused him responded at the time with a statement that her allegations still stand. She didn't respond to a request for comment. Signore returned to YouTube in 2018 on his personal channel, Popcorn Planet, and his content started out positive and film-focused, like setting up screenings at movie theaters in Tampa, Florida, to interview to interview audience members. But the video got fewer than 10,000 views.
He quickly pivoted, pushing back against mainstream media, cancel culture, and some Me Too accusers. He cited examples of progressive criticism aimed at popular celebrities and franchises, and he repeatedly took aim at some of the celebrity accusers and news outlets like BuzzFeed News. Well, I mean, everybody takes aim at BuzzFeed. They suck. Signore also tapped into the trend of providing minute-by-minute commentary about major pop culture and true crime news stories, often making dozens of videos on a particular topic. One was the disappearance of Gabby Petito, who was found dead last year after weeks of searching. Signore made more than 80 videos about her in just 2 months. He dove into the Petito thing like it was like overkill, Jarbo said. Anything he can latch onto, he's boosted his account now. The videos in which Signore largely focused on news coverage of Petito's presumed killer Brian Lundry and his family brought in hundreds of thousands of views and paved the way for what was to come with his non-stop coverage of the Depp Heard trial. The same year, Signore met Jarbo and began making videos challenging the allegations against him. The backlash against Heard started to build and coalesce into a social media movement seeking, quote, justice for Johnny Depp, accused Heard. Depp accused Heard, who wrote a 2018 op-ed. Well, we all know the story. In May, this reporter interviewed Signore about his coverage of Depp and Heard for a potential NBC News story, which ended up not being published. Signore recorded the interview and released segments of it in July in a YouTube video criticizing NBC News' coverage of the trial. Like Petito's disappearance, the celebrity trial was feverishly covered by many YouTubers, including Signore, who said in May that the case was incredibly relatable to him because of the allegations made against him in 2017. Covering Heard as a villain earned Signore his most views on his new channel since Screen Junkies said it had fired him. He made over 100 videos about Depp and Heard before the trial started, and has made more than 200 about it since. His
And
most,
that's only a tenth of Tug.
yeah, his most viewed video about the trial at over 6 million views distills the testimony of Depp's bodyguard, which was largely in favor of Depp, from nearly an hour to 15 minutes of clips. In between clips from the trial, he comments that he believes the testimony is true and reflects strongly on Depp's case. He dismisses Heard's case throughout, but the millions of views may not have been as lucrative as the donations many creators brought in. Business Insider reported that the top 3 Super Chat earners on YouTube during the trial were creators who exclusively streamed it. They all made over $100,000 just from Super Chats. It's always misinformation across the board, and they all pull from the same playbook, said Jarbo. If you can tap into that emotional bit with your audience, you will easily be able to manipulate them.
I mean, he's pretty spot on there.
Yeah.
Jarbo is.
Yeah. There's no due process, Signore said in the May video, comparing himself to Depp and one of his accusers to Heard. Every media outlet wanted to jump on it and destroy lives. The messages have resonated, and on his My Own Amber Heard video, a $50 super chat included a message saying, I've been a victim of domestic violence, and what AH is doing is wrong. False accusations make it harder for real victims. I'm glad you came forward to defend yourself.
Signore also encourages his fans to pay him on Cash App and PayPal, where he receives the full value of their transactions. YouTube takes a cut of Super Chat donations, and he has public Amazon wish lists where fans can buy him a standing desk or an action figure, or purchase toys and books for his children. In July, Signore raised more than $4,000 from his fans on GoFundMe to build a new studio with 4K cameras for better video quality.
He's making, I love how they do this shit, right? Making all that money, and then they have a GoFundMe to pay for the stuff that they use to make more money off of the pay piggies.
Yeah. I mean, if the pay piggies are willing to I guess spend the money,
yeah,
it's really fucking sad. But like, you know,
it's so sad.
That
those parasocial relationships, man.
Yeah, that is true. He was already making money on YouTube and still begging for money? Yeah, this guy's guilty. I'm convinced already. Case closed forever. That is true. Let's see. Where were we?
Signore frequently makes videos mentioning his former coworkers and even their partners, which has resulted in his fans harassing them, they say. Ray, along with 2 other former collaborators who asked to remain anonymous for fear of retaliation, said Signore has used his platform to harass them and others. Last month, Ray hosted another former collaborator of Signore's, Brittany Truskowski, sorry if I mispronounced that, on her YouTube channel. Truskowski38, a former unpaid moderator of Signore's YouTube channel, made new allegations against him, saying he sent her unsolicited nude pictures and videos of himself, including a video of him masturbating. He would say things like, I shouldn't ever tell, she said in an interview. He was pushy and persistent. I thought he was being very manipulative, but at the same time, I was afraid to go against him. She provided a screenshot to NBC News of a message she sent Signore on November 8th that said, I think we should keep it platonic. Truskowski said that a few weeks later, around November 28th, Signore sent her a video of him masturbating as he was saying her name. And that is just fucking gross. Like, just gross. In a response to the new claims, Signore said in a video on his channel that Raid had shared, quote, revenge porn by displaying part of the video during her stream and that she was breaking the law. It's not against the law in the state where Ray lives. He didn't deny her allegations, but he suggested the video could be a deep fake, which refers to computer generated or otherwise edited videos that are meant to look real.
Spoiler alert, it's not.
And you can't have it both ways.
Yeah. Is it like either you're gonna try to like suggest that it's revenge porn or it's a deep fake?
You got to.
I mean, it's neither.
Yeah.
But you know.
Ray said the size of Signore's platform can make it hard for people to speak out. He's a bigger content creator. Not everyone is equipped to deal with drama. Not everyone is equipped to deal with the trolls. It's a little intimidating trying to combat a bigger platform. Since Signore came forward, fans and collaborators have called Trusky names like Homewrecker and Skank in videos and tweets viewed by NBC News. And I'm sure that is some of the most mild names that she was called.
Yeah.
Signore's personal history is intimately tied to his content, said Dreyfus of Harvard Shorenstein Center. These influencers who see themselves as outsiders and whose audience see them as outsiders, often their outsider status is in direct reaction.
Outsiders.
Yeah, The Outsiders.
Favorite movie.
Something. I love
Favorite
that
book.
movie. It's the only book you've ever read, Dean.
That's not true. Okay, Vicky? I read the Enders series, okay? Also not the most adult reading stuff, but you know, I was in high school. So, yeah, fuck you, Vicky. Right. I've read 4 books.
Nice. I'm so proud of you, Dean.
You should be. You all thought I couldn't read because I sit here and I stumble on words on this article. But joke's on you, I've read 4 books.
4 of them. Their outsider status is in direct reaction to something in the mainstream that they feel either threatened them personally or threatened their identities, she said. Dreyfus, citing falling trust in the institutions, including police, medical community, and mainstream media, as the driving force pushing audiences towards creators like Signore. That increasingly includes liberal or left-leaning audiences. People are going to rely on these individuals more and more to give them information. Johnny Depp is exactly the kind of icon where people can give him support without it feeling political. It's weird because they turned it into all of these YouTubers turned it into some big political thing.
Yeah.
Early last month, Signore met Depp backstage at one of Depp's concerts. He recorded the encounter for his channel, including his conversation with Depp, who said he, quote, learned a lot from Signore's coverage of him. I'm going to cough here, sorry. It was the culmination of so many things in my life, Signore said in his video about meeting Depp. I know so many of you were inspired by fighting for him, fighting against the media. The end of Signore's video features a clip of Depp with his arms slung around Signore's shoulders. Depp smiles and kisses in the direction of the camera, then plants a kiss on Signore's cheek.
That's really weird.
Article.
That did not end how I expected it to.
How did you expect it to end?
Not with Johnny Depp kissing Andy Signore on the cheek.
Kind of gross, huh? Even more gross.
I mean, first of all, I actually think, I don't think Johnny Depp is guilty or anything. I just think that he's gross in general. Like, he's a very unclean looking person. Like, dude, take a shower. bro. Please take a shower. Okay. I wouldn't want him kissing my cheek.
No.
But I will
I
go
wouldn't.
blow for blow. That's where I suck you off for coke. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Sorry.
there's a lot there. The way that
Yes.
these parasocial relationships that occur between the people in the audience and these big YouTubers is quite stunning and creepy, right? And I think that kind of, when you become a moderator on their channel and suddenly you're in their discords, it really does influence, I think, the way that you react to everybody else in the group. It gives you like this feeling of camaraderie. Probably affects initially the way you see someone like Signore, who's just a creepy motherfucker.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
And makes it, I don't know, in a way, sort of makes it really easy to push any doubts that you have to the back of your head about what's really going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense to anybody.
No, I get you. It's just, I don't know, these weird, gross people. They take advantage of these, otherwise pretty nice people, who just maybe made a mistake in getting into like, the wrong channels.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now we're gonna go over the, I guess the text messages between Andy Signore and this, Brittany Tronkowski?
Koski.
I think I butchered that name just right.
I think I did originally too.
Yeah. So here, so I guess for context, they were talking a little bit, right? They were somewhat flirty, but that doesn't actually matter. Because what matters is this text, which happens after that, where she says, I've really enjoyed being a part of this community, and I don't want to lose that over a fling, and I hope to not lose your friendship either. So for me, not to lose any of that, I think we should keep it platonic. No harm, no foul. I would like for you to really know me because I have a big heart and make a great friend. I'm
Okay,
flattered.
Sorry.
Yeah, shut up, Vicky. I'm talking. I'm flattered that you trusted me enough to open up to me the way you have. I just don't want it to get overly complicated or cause hurt to anybody. And then, we also have this text where I'm sure Shadow or Lunga knows the full context to this, but essentially, Andy says, it's so ugly, I refuse to give her a review. He mentions blank at one point. I refuse to give her a review. Same here too. It's all thanks to Jolene who fed it to her. Then Brittany says, sorry she's doing this. And then this part's pretty scummy. She's using all the drama to save her ass and play better person. Feel free to correct her and say none of it's true. You heard some drama, it wasn't real. Make them all look stupid. Then I can sue them for defamation. Oh man, if only you didn't send this to somebody who you also like fucked with, and like, it's just all very bad. Well, first it's just shitty actions and also shitty planning.
I watched part of the interview on Ray's channel. And the impression I got, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but that it was like lightly their communications were kind of lightly flirty, like not anything um deep or gross, just sort of that friendly, flirty kind of thing. Yeah. And then she posted a picture up on her Instagram um in a this free Britney support moment, which personally I find a little weird, but whatever, where I guess she was topless or mostly naked. And that's when he got super fucking creepy. Like super creepy. Um and after that it was sort of game over, and she was trying to, you know, balance still being friendly with like fighting him off. And then she sent him the she friend zoned him completely and totally, and then he sent her the masturbation video.
Which is what the screenshot is, a screenshot of
The one I can't see.
yes, the one you cannot see.
I love doing
Because
it.
fuck you.
I love streaming blind.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
you, Vicky. How about that? You ever think about that? Anyways, there it is, Vicky. You can see it.
The faces that he made in that fucking video were
It's
so gross.
fucking gross, right?
Just gross.
But like, I know Puma Fist is gone now, but I know he's not the only person. I'm sure, I guarantee it, that make this argument of, oh well, they were talking, but it's like none of that matters, because there's a point where she says she's not interested, right?
Yeah.
Um,
That's when you stop.
yeah. Now, had she have never said that, you'd have like a Kobe Bryant situation.
Kobe.
But this is not Kobe Bryant. Um, she said no, dude.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he sent her a video, um, regardless of whether or not it's against the law, uh, doesn't like matter. Like, I don't base my morality on whatever laws are in place or not, because it's not really how you should base your morality. Yeah, it's like it's legal to like fuck dogs in a couple states, but I don't think you should. I think that's really immoral, and you're a shitty person if you do. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
this argument that well, it wasn't anything illegal, so no story. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that.
He has a history of taking advantage of women who are in some way um under his control, whether it's at a job or as a moderator on his channel, you know. And it's sad and
Yeah.
gross. Like sad that he feels the need, and this is my opinion, he appears to feel the need to go after women especially that he considers, subservient to him.
Oh yeah. Now what's really really funny though, guys, I gotta say, Andy's lucky she couldn't recover all the text. It would have been worse for him, I'm sure. But what's really really funny is because Ray showed a very very edited, it didn't show anything other than the faces he made. Um, uh, video of the masturbation video he sent. He's threatened like lawsuits, which is pretty funny. Like how big of a piece of like how big of like a I don't know, are you a piece of shit? Are you a pussy? Are you like what are you to like sue, and your complaint is I sent unwanted video of me masturbating and now these people are making fun of me for it. And now I want this court to award me money. Like,
Yeah.
what a giant piece of shit.
It's an old story, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. You made fun of me, now I'm gonna sue you.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wonder what that's like.
God.
Huh.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Andy. So,
All of this is just another day on the internet. Everything Vicky and
unfortunately,
Dean talk about is just another day on the internet. That is true.
it
It
is.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is definitely an epidemic of people threatening to sue just for being made fun of on the internet. People are getting softer and weaker. That is true. God, let's get rid of this Andy Signore on screen. It's
Please.
just fucking weird.
It's just awful.
But what like a giant piece of shit, right, guys? It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, not what he did, but just the fact that he's trying to like threaten lawsuits over the fact that
And
he
the
sent an unwanted video of him masturbating. Like, that's
yeah,
a
and all the big channels, that support him and, you know, like, they all like to prop each other up, right? They don't go after each other because you don't really want another you don't wanna be fighting with another big channel, especially one that has more subs than you. Um, and so to watch them all, you have the ones who are scrambling for relevance and scrambling for subs and scrambling for drama, jumping on the Andy train like he's gonna take them to Valhalla, he's just gonna take them off to the top of the mountain. And then you have the big channels like Tug and Yellow Flash who don't care, who don't seem to really care about the truth of the matter, but they're on the same side of the culture wars, so they just support each other.
yeah. Now, I see Lunga says it's not even him being weak. He has resources. They don't. It's a scare tactic. Yeah, but there's a
Yeah,
reason why he's doing it. It's because he's afraid of the information.
yeah.
You know, like he's scared of what would happen if people like don't believe him. So he's got to try to scare them into silence.
And some of it is posturing. I can't imagine that he would actually end up suing anybody, but it sounds real good to threaten to do it, you know?
It doesn't to me. I always think that it sounds really
Yeah,
dumb.
I always think it means you're
You're a
coming from a
fucking
position of
giant
weakness.
pussy.
Yeah,
F
but,
slur. F slur.
but a lot of people are like, "Well, he'll just sue."
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is just to scare people. Like, if you say you're gonna sue, they'll shut up. And, I mean, it doesn't always work, obviously. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, that was the topic for today, guys. It was only one topic.
only
Um,
one topic.
I'm actually really interested in what's going on in Thomas Royloop's server. Apparently, they uncovered tweets um about Ethan crying.
Ethan,
Yeah, crying over I don't know, kidnapping or some shit. I don't know.
which Ethan?
Ethan Van Sciver.
Crying over kidnapping?
I don't know. It was actually just one tweet from 2019 someone retweeted.
Oh,
That's what
yeah, I
Thomas
don't
said.
remember that one.
I don't either. Tug not caring for the truth. Sacre bleu.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That is true.
Who could believe that?
He is very honest. He's just a nice Tennessee YouTuber. Very
Just a
nice
good
with
old
his
boy
very nice, not disgusting looking wife, Ashley.
who does not catfish
Catfish
for
people for dick pics.
dick pics.
And
Yeah.
then have her her husband basically
I was
tried
gonna
to
comment,
embarrass
they're
them
all
for it.
degenerates just sticking up for
They
other
really are.
degenerates, aren't they? I mean,
They
isn't that what
really
it really
fucking are.
comes
You
the
got
fuck
Vito,
down
you got
to?
Andy Signore, you got John Delarose, who's probably a giant fucking cuck. Would not be surprised if he is actually like in like the liminal order.
You got Yellow Flash who streams
Ricada,
with that little lolly lover RGE.
Ricada,
Ricada.
cuckold Ricada with his slatternly wife. Just
And
what
they
is
all
going on in based red pilled YouTube right now, guys?
I
What the
don't
fuck is
know.
going on?
I don't understand.
It's all a grift. That's what it is. That's all.
It's all a grift and it's all done by degenerates.
Yeah. Also,
Not
like
that
Yellow
there's
Flash had
anything
that thing for
wrong
that
with a
like
little
crackhead fucking cosplayer. He was trying to cheat on his wife with. Gothic Sushi.
Gothic Sushi.
I already knew the name, but
Yeah. You were testing me.
no. I just wanted
Yes.
to draw it
You
out.
just theatrical effect.
Yes.
Yeah. But they all are. And it's just gross.
It is.
I know I've said that a lot today, but this just makes me like thinking about this. Just now, you sound like fucking TJ.
Vicky. Why don't you go ahead and just repeat that, all of what you just said, as if maybe OBS crashed.
Where did it crash? Godwinson is gone. It is a sad day on YouTube because PPP and Morsky had him taken down.
Yes. Godwinson is gone.
Ace Salieri has all the songs that he had done for God.